Imagine this. You've gone silent, expecting her to start missing you, but instead, she seems completely unbothered. Why? What's really going on in her mind? And more importantly, what can you do to make her feel your absence so deeply that she can't ignore it? Stick around, because this isn't just about going silent. It's about making every moment of that silence work in your favor. 1. Why your silence isn't working. The mindset error. Silence can be a double-edged sword. Used correctly, it creates space for someone to miss you. Used poorly, it backfires completely. Let's be honest, many men approach silence with the wrong mindset. They think, if I just stop texting, she'll realize how much she needs me. Here's the hard truth. Silence only works when it comes from a place of strength, not desperation. Imagine you stop talking to her, but deep down you're still waiting by your phone, wondering when she'll notice. She won't feel the absence because she subconsciously knows you're still emotionally tied to her. Silence works only when it's authentic, when you're genuinely taking time for yourself, not using it as a tactic to trigger a reaction. This is where most men fail. Women can sense intention. If your silence feels manipulative or forced, she won't respect it. Instead, she might see it as immature, or even needy. True silence is about pulling back for your own growth, not to get a response. When you go silent, the focus shouldn't be on her, it should be on yourself. Silence becomes powerful when it's a side effect of your self-respect and personal development. Without that foundation, silence is just empty space. 2. The mistake of expecting immediate results. The timeline error. Patience is one of the hardest things to practice, especially when emotions are involved. After going silent, many men start expecting results almost immediately. They think, she'll notice by tomorrow, she'll miss me by next week. But relationships, emotions, and human psychology don't work on your timeline. Silence is not a fast-track solution, it's a slow burn. Think about it. If she's used to you constantly reaching out, it's going to take time for her to adjust to your absence. At first, she might even feel relieved or think, finally, some space. But as days turn into weeks, that initial relief fades, and something deeper sets in. Curiosity, doubt, and eventually, longing. The problem arises when you sit there waiting for her to text you. This mindset sabotages the whole process because it keeps you emotionally dependent on her reaction. Real silence means you let go of expectations entirely. You stop looking for immediate validation and trust the process. The absence of instant results doesn't mean your silence isn't working. It just means the emotional impact is still building. Patience is key. Silence is a long game, and those who master it understand that the rewards come with time. 3. How women process silence differently. The psychological error. Let's dive into how women emotionally process silence. It's completely different from how men do. When a man goes silent, he might think she'll notice immediately, and it'll hit her hard. But that's not how it works. Women process emotions in layers. At first, she might not even register your absence because she's confident in her belief that you'll reach out again. She thinks she knows your pattern. But as time goes on, cracks begin to form in that confidence. She starts to wonder, why hasn't he texted me yet? Is he really done with me? Has he moved on? That's when the emotional impact starts to take root. And here's the kicker. Women are much better at hiding their emotions than men. Even when your silence starts affecting her, she won't show it right away. You might think she's fine, but internally, she's questioning everything. This is why patience is so crucial. Silence works on women because it forces them to confront emotions they've been avoiding. It gives them space to miss you, not just the surface level you, but the energy, attention, and presence you used to bring into their life. It's a slow process, but when it hits hard. The key is understanding that silence affects women deeply, but it takes time for that emotional wave to build and crash. 4. The engine of silence, focusing on yourself. Silence without self-improvement is like a car without an engine. It goes nowhere. The biggest mistake men make during no contact is doing nothing with their time. They sit around, obsessing over whether she's thinking about them, instead of using that silence as an opportunity to grow. Here's the truth. No contact isn't just about her missing you. It's about you becoming someone she would miss in the first place. Take a step back and ask yourself, what have you done to improve your life since you stopped talking to her? Have you picked up a new hobby, focused on your fitness, or worked on your confidence? Or are you just sitting around waiting for her to notice you? Absence combined with growth is what creates the powerful effect. Women are naturally drawn to men who have purpose and drive. If your silence is paired with tangible progress, it sends a powerful message. I'm not sitting around waiting for you. I'm moving forward. When she eventually notices your improvement, whether through social media, mutual friends, or seeing you in person, it creates a ripple effect. She starts to wonder, did I underestimate him? Did I lose someone amazing? That's the power of focusing on yourself. Silence combined with growth makes her rethink everything, and that's when the real impact begins. 5. What truly makes her notice, and the folly of chasing. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. It's not the silence itself that makes her notice. It's what you do during that silence. If you're just sitting there, your energy remains stagnant. But if you're out there living your best life, the energy you exude is felt. Women are incredibly intuitive when it comes to energy. They can feel when a man is confident, focused, and thriving. They can also feel when he's not. Silence without substance is forgettable, but silence paired with confidence, growth, and purpose is unforgettable. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and the way you show up in the world. When she senses that you're no longer emotionally dependent on her, it triggers something in her. She starts to feel your absence not just physically, but emotionally. This is precisely why chasing backfires. Chasing after someone who has distanced themselves is one of the fastest ways to lose respect. When you chase, what you're really saying is, I don't value myself enough to wait for you to realize my worth. This behavior diminishes your value and reinforces her belief that she holds all the control. You eliminate the mystery and tension. By chasing, you make yourself too accessible, and accessibility often leads to a lack of appreciation. The alternative is to cultivate patience and self-respect. Let her come to you. When you pull back, you give her the space to question her feelings and evaluate what she's losing. This approach not only protects your dignity, but also increases your value in her eyes. 6. Handling her return with confidence and strength. At some point, your silence may prompt her to reach out. It might be a casual hey, a trivial question, or even a heartfelt message. This moment is critical. How you respond shapes the future dynamic. Your first instinct might be to jump at the opportunity. Resist that urge. Responding too quickly or eagerly can undo all your progress. Instead, take a moment to assess the situation. Is she reaching out from genuine interest, or is she just testing the waters? When you do respond, keep your tone calm, confident, and composed. Avoid heavy topics or the past right away. Keep the conversation light. For example, if she asks how you've been, respond with something positive and interesting about your life. Show her you're thriving without her. This piques her curiosity and reinforces that you're not waiting for her validation. The goal isn't to play hard to get, it's to maintain your self-respect and independence. Confidence is the foundation here. Not about arrogance, it's about embracing your true self and standing firm in your value. When you embody this mindset, your silence becomes a reflection of your inner strength, and that's what leaves a lasting impact. The most empowering part is that when you stay true to yourself, you realize your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else. Whether she comes back or not, you'll be in a place of strength. And that's what this process is truly about, not winning her back, but winning yourself back.